Welcome back to the Alchem Energy Transforming Pain and Suffering into Peace, Freedom, and Fulfillment little mini video course. Again, welcome today. Thank you for coming back. This video is extremely important. It is where the energy of pain and suffering is going to be transformed. First of all, let's review the energetic truths that we need to understand at the basis of all of this and of all life is that everything is energy. Everything that we see and don't see is vibrating particles of energy. And energy can't be avoided, suppressed, or denied. It has to be transformed. And so as our emotions are the strongest creating force there is, those emotions arise from subconscious beliefs and thoughts about who we are and what our purpose here is. And we many times don't know what that is until we see the results, which a lot of times is painful. And that's important. That's important. That's the purpose of pain and suffering, is to get us to wake up and let go of that which does not serve us, is not in our best and highest good. So one of the things that we need to understand is that at the basis and core motive of all emotions is love or fear. And as a result of thinking fearful thoughts, we have and create a lot of suffering, pain, and disease and chaos in our world. As a result of love, we create a lot of peace, freedom, and fulfillment. When we are thinking thoughts and beliefs and carrying subconscious beliefs that are fear, motivated by fear, we basically when we have subconscious thoughts that are based and motivated by fear, based on and motivated by fear, it causes it causes the firing of the prefrontal cortex. We move out of any creativity, any creative problem solving. We can't receive inspiration from the spirit. We're living in fear. It causes our prefrontal cortex to fire and the amygdala to take over. The amygdala fires up and our cortisol rises, and it's the end of any creative problem solving, inspiration, and so forth. That causes a lot of havoc in our bodies. And with the increasing anxiety and anger and suffering and pain that's taking place, we can see what is going on in the world when we understand that that happens. This next method, used widely out there, and I will share some of the teachers who've taught me a little bits here and there, combined that information combined with what I received in Butterfly Medicine Alchem Energy Codex becomes a powerful catalyst for solving and healing. So this method of releasing pain and suffering and coming to a place of peace within just moments is a powerful method used called emotional freedom technique, or EFT, or tapping. It calms the amygdala, takes us out of the prefrontal cortex back into the creative centers. When the amygdala is calmed and we are able to return to a place of stillness and calm, is when we get all the answers, inspired answers, amazing creative problem solving. I love Einstein. I love his work. He, besides, one of my favorite quotes is to know the mind of God, all else is mere details, which is what this course is all about, is taking us out of our thoughts and beliefs into tapping into the mind of God. I love that his life was an example of what it is I'm trying to tell you. He would search scientifically, search, experiment, and when he became totally exhausted, he would go to bed and go to sleep, and in the middle of the night, he would get answers. It is in the parasympathetic state when we're out of the prefrontal cortex, our amygdala has calmed down, that we get the answers that we're looking for, and we can begin to allow the truth to surface. So this video is about how to do that. So again, I want you to take responsibility for your well-being and your happiness. And in doing this, I'm going to go forward and going to show you how important and powerful this is. Again, we can't suppress or deny emotion. You cannot simply use positive affirmation to cover up, put a Band-Aid on pain and suffering. It can't be done. Now, my daughter, my beloved daughter, tragically for me, happily for her, passed away a few years ago. After she passed away, I had an experience with her every night for several nights. She would come to me, this loving, massively loving human being who loved to serve and do for others. And she would bring other spirits that were very troubled. And she brought them because she knew that I knew how to assist them. So for several nights, she would bring them, and I could feel their trauma. I could feel their sadness. I feel their grief. And I remember clearly that all they needed is the same thing that you need and your emotions of pain and suffering need. And that is, they need someone to be with that pain and suffering for a few brief moments, acknowledge it, release it and let it go, and come back to who they really are in peace. So as she brought forth several spirits who had either died tragically or traumatically, and I felt their emotions, I went into empath mode without picking up on that and carrying those things. I simply was with them, acknowledging it, and then releasing them from it. And it was very, very powerful. It happened over a several nights period till such point I said I need some sleep. So that was a very, very interesting experience for me. So with our suffering and pain, we need to be present for a few moments with that, acknowledge it. And I'm going to show you how to do that using this tapping method. And again, I will give credits at the end of this course to the teachers that I have followed, learned from, loved, and I will leave those credits on the final one. Alchem Energy was the distilling of all the information I received about energy, about love, about the truth that we can only love ourselves and others as much as, or we can only love our others as much as we love ourselves. Everyone already lives that law of loving God and their fellow man as they love themselves. We already live that law to the best of our ability at this point in time, because if we have a lot of anger, hatred, unforgiveness, sadness, and projected judgment on others, it is as a result of not loving ourselves. So we already live that law to some extent. And so with this tapping, we're going to return you to a place of self-love and self-peace, and allow all of the others to just go away to its nothingness where it belongs, because fear is false evidence appearing real. All right. So tapping, or EFT, emotional freedom technique, is based on an ancient Chinese practice of acupuncture on energy portals or meridians throughout the body. And it's proven to be highly effective. I think tapping is actually even more effective than acupuncture. All we're going to be doing is tapping on different meridians of the body. We're going to be tapping in different places. We're going to use different methods of tapping, and they're meridians of the body. I want you to understand that this is highly effective, can be used with little children. it's a precursor to deep meditative peace. It's amazing. If you're having trouble meditating and being still so that truth can bubble up, tapping can take you to stillness very, very quickly. Okay, so the first step of this Alchem energy, transformation of energy, is number one, to simply feel your current pain or area of suffering, whether it's physiological suffering, whether it's emotional suffering, whether it's sickness or allergy, whether you're angry at somebody, unforgiving of somebody. I want you to just feel it and feel it deeply. I want you to go there and be with that pain for a few moments and just feel. So if I'm angry and I'm projecting and I'm judging another person, I'm just going to feel that. I'm going to use that as an example, and I'm just going to close my eyes and I'm going to feel that pain, and I'm going to feel all the things that I say to myself about it. If only they had done this. They're bad. They hurt me. They did this. They did that. I'm just going to feel it. I'm going to feel that. And I'm even going to blow it up. I want it to be a level 10. If I'm feeling it and it's just agonizing and I'm trying to suppress it, I'm going to remove all resistance to feeling it and suppressing it. And I'm just going to feel it. And when it reaches a level 10 and I feel really bad about it, what I want to do next is I want you to ask yourself, when is the first time I felt this kind of pain? When did I first feel this pain, this suffering, this emotion that I'm feeling right now? When is the first time I felt it? And I want you to hold on to the feeling and be with it. Nothing bad is going to happen. Just be with that pain and that suffering and all the things you're saying to yourself and to other people about that. Just feel it as a level 10. Think about the first time that you felt that. And then I want you to begin tapping using a quick release method. I want you to tap on the meridians, one or both sides, right between the eyes. You're going to tap and you're going to say those emotions out loud. This is the acknowledge part. You not only feel it, you acknowledge it. I feel so angry. I'm so angry and so upset. I'm so angry that they did this to me. This isn't right. I'm so angry. I'm so upset. I'm so angry. I'm so upset. Why did they do this to me? Why did they do this to me? This isn't fair. This isn't fair. I didn't deserve this. This isn't fair. I want you to just feel it as you take whatever emotion you're feeling. I'm so scared of this virus. I'm scared I'm going to get it. I'm scared my loved ones are going to get it. I'm scared a lot of people are going to die. I'm so scared I can't go and make money right now. I'm so frightened because I'm afraid of getting sick. I'm so scared. I'm feeling sick. The more I think about being sick, the sicker I feel. I'm feeling really sick. And as soon as you acknowledge it well, you will know when you acknowledge it because it starts to feel nauseating. I want you to keep tapping. And I want you to go through and say, it's time to let this go. I'm willing to let this go. Safe to let this go. Time to let this go. Willing to let this go. Just going to release it and let it go. Release and let it go. Release and let it go. And as soon as you release and let go, I want you to tap your wrist 3 times. 1, 2, 3. That's the meridian points on the wrist, where all the blood vessels go through your whole body. Tap it 3 times and say, I am at peace. I am at peace. I am at peace. Take a big deep breath. Close your eyes and see if you feel the emotion again. Go back to the emotion and feel it again. Feel it again and feel where it is. Feel where it is. On a level of 1 to 10, how strong is it? How much has it gone down? Maybe it went even up further. And begin to tap again. I'm feeling all this fear. I'm feeling all this anxiety. I'm feeling all this worry. I'm feeling all this anxiety. I'm feeling all this worry. I'm so scared. I'm so worried. I'm so worried about my loved ones. I'm so worried about myself. I'm willing to be wrong. I'm willing for there to be another truth. I'm willing to let this go. I'm willing to release this fear. If all fear is false evidence appearing real, then what is the truth? I want to know the truth that will set me free. So I'm willing to be wrong. I don't want to be right about this anymore. I don't want this suffering anymore. I don't want this pain anymore. So I'm willing to let it go. I'm willing to release it and let it go. I'm willing to be wrong. I'm willing to learn the truth now. I don't have to be right anymore. I don't have to suffer anymore. So I'm going to let it go. I'm just going to release it and let it go. It's time to let it go. It's so good to let it go. I'm safe to let it go. It's completely safe to let it go. I'm going to release it all now. I'm going to release it all now. Tap with your wrist. 1, 2, 3. Okay? It's safe to let it go. Good to let it go. Time to let it go. I'm at peace. I'm at peace. I'm at peace. Hold it together. Take a big deep breath. Blow it and let it out. Close your eyes again. Feel the emotions again. Try to bring them up. Try to make them larger and larger. Make them as large as you can. On a scale of 1 to 10, where is it now? And until it's a 0, take it back around. All this anxiety and worry. All this fear and worry. Everybody's scared on the planet. They're so afraid they're going to be sick. They're so afraid that they're going to lose money. They're so scared. The first time I felt this fear was when I was, and put in the age you were when it was. I was so scared back then. This person or this thing scared me so bad. I didn't think I was safe. I didn't think I was secure. I was so little. I was so small. I thought I wasn't enough. I thought I was bad. I thought it was my fault. Go through the beliefs. Start putting in the beliefs that you had about yourself back then. I believe this about myself. I believe this about myself. I believe this about myself. But now I can see that it's not true. It was never true. Those things about me were never true. I was a perfect, innocent little child. Other people were fearful. They did bad things when they're fearful. Fearful people do really awful things because they're scared. So I can have compassion for their fear. I can let it go and forgive them. Most of all, I forgive myself for believing a lie because it's no longer true. It's no longer true. And I can let all this pain and suffering go. I let all this pain and suffering go. It's time to let it go. Time to let it go. Good to let it go. Good to let it go. Safe to let it go. Safe to let it go. Willing to be wrong about it all. Happily wrong to be about it all. I release and I let it all go. I am at peace. I am at peace. I am at peace. Take a big deep breath. Release it and let it go. So the first time I tapped, I just tapped on and acknowledged just the emotion you're feeling right now. Second time, I tapped and acknowledged on the emotion you're feeling right now and started to do the turn. started the transformation. This is how I feel. This is how I feel. This is how I feel. It's causing a lot of suffering. I'm really suffering because of how I feel. I don't want to suffer anymore. I don't like this anymore. I'm willing to be wrong. Is there another way? Is it really the truth? Is there another way? Is there another truth? Is there a truth that far exceeds this one? I'm willing to find out and let it go. So acknowledge, turn it around, be willing to be wrong. Ask if there's another way for truth. The third time around, we tapped on acknowledgement, willingness to be wrong, and the beliefs that we had as little children when this emotion first was felt in us and the events that happened. We don't have to go back and live the events. We just have to look at the things that we believed about ourselves based on those events. It is not what has happened to us that is the problem, the issue, the core reason for our current suffering and pain. It is our perception of our own value and who we are based on those events. That is our only issue now. We are here to transform those perceptions and beliefs. Okay? So that's step 3. We tap on it until it's at 0. Step 5 of this transformation process is I want you to close your eyes. I want you to count back from 10 down to 0. Each time taking a big deep breath. Say 10, take a breath. Release. 9, take a big deep breath. Release, going deeper and deeper. Count to 9, take a deep breath. Release it and go deeper, more and more relaxed. Feel your body begin to relax and to tingle. 8, take a big deep breath. Release it. Let it all go. Relax your feet and your legs, and your thighs. 7, take a big deep breath. Blow it up. Relax. Feel your body relaxing, your back relaxing. 6, take a big deep breath. Feel your arms relax. Feel your hands relax. 5, take a big deep breath. Feel your neck and your shoulders relax. 4, take a big deep breath. Blow it out. Relax your eyes, your mouth. 3, take a big deep breath. Blow it out. Feel deeper and deeper relaxed, completely relaxed. Any part of your body that is tense, tense it even harder and then relax it and let it go. 2, take a big deep breath. Blow it out and you're standing on the side of a river and a huge big swan boat comes over and you get on the swan and you cross over the river to the other side to a beautiful, exquisite place. 1, take a big deep breath. You now reach the shore on the other side and you step onto the bank. And you're now in a beautiful, exquisitely beautiful, peaceful, wonderful place that you imagine yourself, whether it be a mountain or an ocean beach or whatever it is you love, a secret garden. Just imagine being in this beautiful, exquisite place, taking the sights and the smells and the sounds. How amazing and wonderful it is there. And imagine for a moment, you see in the distance a being coming towards you, a being, a personage, a human, a person, coming towards you. And as they come closer and closer and closer to you, you start feeling the greatest love you have ever felt. And you know that this being, this personage, and the beings that are surrounding them are the source of your life and all the love that's in your heart and who you really are. And as they come closer and closer to you, their love is like a flood of love that washes over you, that you are happy to just drown in. It's so beautiful. You feel your heart is about to burst with love. You feel complete and unconditional acceptance and love by this being. And you ask them the question, what wisdom and knowledge do I need to know about this specific facet of the diamond where my fears have been in control and that I've now released? What am I to replace it with? What knowledge, wisdom can you impart to me that I'm to replace it with? And then be still. Be very, very still and listen. And after you have received this wisdom, whatever that is, I want you to acknowledge them, thank them, love them, and with them, together, the two of you will go back through the tapping motions and instill this in your body. We're going to instill this in your body, this new truth. I am love. I am light. I am truth. I am love. I am light. I am truth. I am love. I am light. I am truth. Take a big deep breath. Close your eyes again and go with this divine creator who loves you more than anything. And I want you to imagine that somewhere in this place that you've imagined is the lost little child that you were, the one who believed it wasn't enough, that it was your fault, that you were bad, that you had no value, that you had no voice, that you weren't safe and secure, that you weren't deserving or worthy. And I want you to go with this divine personage and find that beautiful little child. And when you find them, I want you to imagine pulling them out of the crack or the hole that they're in, dirty, disheveled, and fearful, and wash them with pure, clean water from the river, and hold them and love them, and tell them the truth about who they are, that this divine personage has just told you about yourself, and love them. Take a few moments to do this.